the best footballing nation in the history of the sport?
You'd have to go with the Brazilians.
Brazil is the greatest football nation, but in recent years their squad has lost more and more quality. Brazil won't win a major title. So let's talk about it. If you look at the Brazilian squad from 20 years ago, you could almost cry as a football fan. R9, Ronaldinho, Rivaldo, Cafu, Roberto Carlos, Kaká. The list of absolute football legends and Ballon d'Or winners goes on and on. But today's squad is just a shadow of that. Over the last few years, Brazil has had many great players, the biggest name being Neymar, the top scorer of the nation. He has consistently delivered world-class performances for years, scoring 1.08 goal contributions per game. And that's a problem, especially in attack and midfield. The players couldn't play consistently at world-class level for long enough. Felipe Coutinho and Oscar are good examples of this. In addition, Brazil simply didn't have any stars in some years. At the 2014 World Cup, they had to play alongside superstar Neymar with Fred, who played in the Brazilian league, Hulk, who was under contract in St. Petersburg, and Bernardo. It is simply impossible to compare Brazil's squad of recent years with those of the 2000s. But now, let's focus on the current team for the Copa America. Don't get us wrong, the players in the squad for the Copa America are not bad at all. Some players, for example Vini, are even Ballon d'Or candidates. With Endrick, they even had one of the biggest wonder kids of recent years in their squad. And with Marquinhos and Eder Militao, they have two of the best centre backs in the world. But what are the problems then? One of the problems is that key players are missing. Casemiro is having such a bad season that he wasn't even nominated, and superstar Neymar is missing through injury. Especially the absence of Neymar is a big problem, which Brazil has to solve somehow in the future, because without Neymar, nothing works. Brazil have lost all of their last 3 World Cup qualifiers, against Uruguay, in which Neymar was injured early on, and the subsequent 2 games. And that also leads us to the second problem. The performance of the players. Here we talk about the promising forward line in particular. To give you viewers a short overview, the forward line at the 2022 World Cup besides Neymar had a market value of 600 million euros. And that was 1.5 years ago. Since then, Vini and Rodrigo alone have gained over 50 million of market value. But what do we mean by bad? Let's assume that Brazil will play with Vini, Rodrigo and Rafinha in the forward line due to the non-nomination of Richarlison, who was injured himself slightly and can therefore still be nominated later, and the absence of Gabriel Jesus. These 3 players have scored a total of 13 goals in 72 games. If you compare that, Neymar alone has scored 79 goals in 125 games. You understand what we mean, but please take this opportunity to write us in the comments what your opinion is about the squad. Do you think they have a chance against Messi's Argentina? The third point is not a problem, it's just a fact. The Brazilian squad has become less and less world class over the years. Instead of players such as Dani Alves and Marcelo, we now have Wendell and Juan Goto, Douglas Luiz, Guimaraes and Paqueta now play in midfield instead of Casemiro, Fernandinho and Coutinho. And we don't even want to mention who played in these positions in 2002. The fact is, Brazil have a promising young team and we are excited for the next years. But the Brazil of the past no longer exists, and it's hard to say if there will ever be a Brazil like that again. And if you enjoy a video like this, why don't you watch our latest video about the next Messi or La Masia? Thanks for watching guys, and see you.